Hi, welcome back. Did you enjoy watching yesterday's book club? Wasn't that so fun? I thought it was amazing this week to get to learn what a book club with kids only can look and sound like. So today we are going to build on our thinking and what we know about book clubs so far so that we can be even more prepared to participate in one really soon. All right, get those arrows out of your quivers, pull them back in your bow, and let's read today's target. 1, 2, 3. I can observe and identify virtual book club routines and how participants show respect. That's a lot, Mavs. So this is a little similar to our first book club observation we did, but we're going to look a little more carefully for two things. One, what are the routines and norms? Just like when you are in school, whether it's online or in person, you have a routine. Maybe your huddle, you log in and you answer a question in the chat. Maybe at school, you get to school, you hang up your backpack, you put your coat away, you wash your hands, get ready for your day. So those are routines and norms. When we participate in huddle, we expect to raise our hand. We have the norm of listening to the speaker. So what are the routines and norms, the things that we expect and we agree to that you see happening today? And how do people show respect? So what are the routines and norms you see? And how do the people participating show respect? Those are our two careful look-fors for today, readers. Just like last time we observed book clubs, you are going to make yourself a circle map again because this one's a little bit different. And remember, we're writing down routines and norms and ways that we see respect. So you might see some of the same things you observed last time when the students were participating in a book club, but you might also see some brand new things you never saw before. So if you need a minute, pause the video now, go grab a blank piece of paper or a whiteboard so that you can participate in taking notes about a virtual book club today. We are going to write down what do we notice, just like this sentence stem you see right here on the screen. What do you notice about routines and norms and respect? What do you notice about routines and norms and respect? I'm so glad you took a minute to grab your materials, and I'm so glad that you're back. Look closely. I'm going to take notes too while I watch today's virtual book club. I have my circle map prepared, virtual book club, ready to go so I can take my notes and what I notice, just like you.
Hi there. Should we go over our target?
That sounds great. Remember, guys, this is our target. I can responsibly participate in a book club by sharing my thinking and tuning into the thinking of others.
Yep. How about I go over our book club norms? Would that be okay if I do that today? I think you did it last time. Okay, great. I'll do it today. I can follow our book club norms. Read our norms every time. Yep. Come prepared. I hope you all have your sticky notes. Me too. Listen, take turns, ask questions, build on a friend's thinking, and encourage everyone to participate. Okay, I think I'm feeling ready.
All right.
Got it.
Okay, let's remember we learned from our teachers about how to build on somebody's thinking. So if somebody shared something and we have a question, that'd be a good way to build on their thinking. We could also answer a question that they asked us. Like if we had read on and we found the answer, we could help them with the answer of that. And we could also agree or disagree respectfully and explain why we think the way we think.
Oh, thanks for reminding me of those, Miss Kerr.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget that last one. Thank you.
What are things we could talk about? I think we have one reminder that we could keep posted to help us. Oh, yeah. We can share our notes and anything that you see on our screen. That's a reminder, like main idea or questions that we asked while we read or background knowledge that you used. Who wants to start with something today? I feel like I started last time, so I want to make sure to give someone else the chance to start today.
Well, I was looking, I have a lot of sticky notes because I had some background knowledge and some questions. So I'll start with a question because there were some words that I wasn't really sure about. And there's 2 on one page, emperor and successor.
Oh, I thought the same thing. Those were mine. Connection.
But did you know, Miss Gurr, may I give you my background knowledge? Because I wondered what a successor was, just like you. But I actually had background knowledge that an emperor is like a king. Did you know that before you read this book?
No, I did not. But you know what? That makes sense because when I look at this picture, he looks like he has really fancy clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had that same connection. I actually watch a lot of Disney movies, so that's how I was guessing he was like a king also. I had that same background knowledge. That's what I was thinking.
Cool. You asked a great question, and I also asked a question. So right after that, on 2 pages after that, it says the next day a proclamation was issued. I wondered what in the world is a proclamation?
That was my next question too.
I can help out because, again, I watch a lot of Disney movies, and I was thinking of the time of the proclamation of Cinderella when they said all the princesses were invited to the ball. And so when I reread that, I wrote on my sticky that a proclamation, when it said, all the children, whoever can show me their best in a year's time, it made me think of that announcement in that Disney movie. That's how I figured it out.
So it's like an announcement. Okay, that makes sense when I reread it. Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for giving me a turn, Miss Gurr. I didn't want to interrupt you guys, so thanks for calling on me. I also had a connection to Cinderella. So even though I didn't know what that word proclamation meant, as I read on in that page, when it said all the children in the land were to come to the palace, it reminded me of when all of the girls were supposed to come try on the shoe to find the one that fit Cinderella's foot. So then as I read on, I had that in my mind the whole time.
Yeah, that's good that I didn't make that same connection. You have a good point there.
Well, I think it actually helps me to kind of comprehend a couple things because I understood they had to wait in a long line and there was going to be something special about it, but I couldn't tell what that special thing was until the very end. So that connection helped me to kind of comprehend and predict what might happen in this book.
You know, that's really helpful to me. Thanks for sharing that because I've seen Cinderella, and now that you say that, I can make that connection too.
Yeah.
That helps me understand better too.
Yeah. When I'm looking at some of the starting points on this slide, and one of them says, when I read, I wondered. What did you all think on the page if you go to, because I actually, when I read, I hate to skip to almost the end of the book, but I wondered when I read that, sorry, I have to find my page. I have so many thoughts about this book. When I read this page here, can you see the picture?
Yeah.
It said how beautiful all the flowers were. So when I read how beautiful all the flowers were, I was thinking of my mom's garden. My mom loves flowers, and I was thinking they were so pretty. But the next line says, but the emperor was frowning and did not say a word. And I wondered, why was he frowning? And I was like, they're so pretty. Why would anybody frown? So it was kind of a weird reaction. You know, I had this feeling of like, well, why is he frowning? What a silly guy. Mm-hmm. And then I wondered if maybe I was missing something. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you had that same one, but that's when I read that part, I was really wondering, and I had that reaction. I was really surprised and kind of embarrassed for the kid that he would bring an empty pot.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Miss Gurr.
Sorry. I was thinking the same thing. And then as I read more, it gave us the answer. Did you find the answer too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I actually never read this book before, so I was really surprised. I actually was thinking like, then I started to figure it out, and I was like, I wonder if he gave everybody like a rock and nobody really had a seed. And then he talked about cooking the seeds, and I was like, whoa, he's such a tricky emperor. So I was surprised. I was surprised a few times.
How about you, Mrs. Alexander? What did you think about that part?
Oh, thanks for including me and asking my opinion. I had the same wonder as you. I wondered why all of the kids' flowers made the emperor frown, but I know great readers read on to often find their questions to their answers. So then I had a crazy reaction when I read 2 pages after that, the page that looks like this. So when I read,
so I'm with you.
Okay.
1 sec.
Okay, I'll wait till you get there.
I just really want to be included. Okay, I'm there.
Okay, when I read, when the emperor heard these words, a smile slowly spread over his face, and he put his arm around Ping. Then he exclaimed to one and all, I have found him. I have found the one person worthy of being emperor. Then I realized Ping did something right and true and was honest and showed integrity. Unlike all the other kids, he did the right thing, and he watered the seed that the emperor gave him. I was shocked.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, he's supposed to be this great gardener. The first page of the book said he had the prettiest of all the land. Ping was this great gardener, and he loved flowers. And I was like, man, out of all the kids, he couldn't get his flower to grow. So that page was kind of sad. How did you feel, Mrs. Gurr, when you saw all the kids were kind of like, uh-oh, wait a sec. I just didn't hear from you in a while. I want to make sure we include you. What was your thoughts on that?
Thank you. Well, I felt really bad for Ping because he tried so hard. But then I thought that is so cool because he's getting rewarded for being honest. And that makes me think that might be the moral of this book. Something about being honest and how you get rewarded for that. Do you guys think there was a moral to this book like that?
Yeah, Miss Gurr, I actually wrote on my very last sticky note that I think the author's message is showing integrity, doing the right thing, and being honest, even if it's hard and things don't work out the way you want. Because in the end, things worked out even better for Ping. Miss Bush, what did you think the author's message was, or the moral of this story?
I had that same sticky connection. I didn't write it exactly like that, but I used the prompts right here on some of our reading tools. I think the author's message is because, and I was saying honesty as well. I actually felt so shocked that all the kids weren't honest. And so I think it kind of showed all these kids bringing their fake flowers that were feeling so good. And the truth is Ping felt sad, but then he felt the best in the end. And so I was like, yeah, I think the author's really telling us to do the right thing. So I didn't say the word honest, but I said the author's teaching us to do the right thing. And that reminds me of Maverick spirit values.
That's so funny. I love that we all came up with similar authors' messages, but not quite the same. And I'm really impressed that you guys asked great questions. Thank you for making sure everyone was included. And I love the background knowledge that some of you shared to help answer some of my wonders. So thanks for helping me to kind of see things in here that I didn't see on my own. This is why I love book clubs.
Me too.
Hi there.
All right, Mavs. That was very different. Surprise! I know some of the people in that example. So a virtual book club had some of the same similarities as the one we watched with the students, but there were also a lot of things that were really, really different. So I want you to make sure that you wrote down everything that you noticed about what were the routines that you saw the adults using, what were the norms we agreed to. We went over those norms in the beginning. I wrote that down. We went over them. We all agreed, oh, yep, we're going to make sure we take turns. We're going to make sure we come prepared with all our materials. So, Mavs, I want you to make sure you add everything on here that you saw happening in that virtual book club. A couple of things I noticed today that were a little different from the last book club we watched were we had reactions today. We didn't have reactions last time. We took turns. The adults in the video took turns. And when someone interrupted someone else, we were very kind and made sure to hear both people's voices before we moved on to anything else. I also noticed the adults did a really nice job of building on each other's thinking. So when one adult asked a question, another adult used their background knowledge or something that happened in the text to try and answer that question. And so instead of putting a new idea out there, they did a really nice job of building on each other's thinking. I also love how they were prepared and followed along in the text as other people were talking about what was happening. Okay, Mavs, it's that time again. So everything you wrote on today's circle map, everything that you noticed, I want you to take a picture of and upload for your teacher to see. So remember, click on the green Add Response button that you see right here in this activity. Then take a really clear, nice, close-up picture of your circle map. That will show your teacher everything you noticed from today's book club. After that, click on the caption icon, and I want you to type, or you could use the voice microphone button to share what did you notice about the virtual book club and how did the adults show respect. I can't wait to hear about that one. Your last job is to make sure you hit that green check mark so it gets turned into your teacher. Remember, Mavs, here's what you can say or type underneath the picture of your circle map today. Today, when I watched a virtual book club, I noticed they showed respect when... Man, I sure thought it was really respectful when Miss Gurr asked my opinion. Didn't you? See you next time, readers. Can't wait to hear from you.